Hi students, good morning. Back to your next topic on the same lesson, operation on fractions. In the last video we had learned about what is proper fraction, what is improper fraction, what is mixed fraction. Not only that, we have also learned how to convert these fractions, that is improper to mixed and mixed to improper, in the questions as well as some word problems. So now here we will learn something more. We are improving our level of learning about these fractions. It's not tough. Maths is never tough. Practice makes man perfect. Remember that in mathematics. Until and unless you practice each and every topic and concept in mathematics, you will never understand the concepts better and very deep. So now in this video, we will learn about something new. That is, rather than converting, we will learn about addition and subtraction. Okay, so we'll check how addition works, then we'll move on to subtraction. So everything in mathematics requires an example. Without example, we can't understand what is addition and subtraction of fractions. So we will learn with an example, and from example we will understand what is the concept. Okay, so starting with an example over here, again I'll take addition of mixed fractions. So in this, the first example that I will take up, 5 1 upon 2 plus 2 3 upon 4. And one more thing, in mathematics, to find an answer for any question or find a solution for any question, we have n number of methods. So again, as we had two methods in conversion of mixed to improper, similarly in this also, addition and subtraction also, we have two methods to find out the answer, what is to add and to subtract these mixed fractions. So I'll do both the methods for you. It's up to you that which you take up. You can take up either method 1 which I'll solve or method 2 which I'll solve. Any method you can take up for solving and even to write in your exams. Method 1. Here I have two integral numbers and two fractions. I have to add anyhow. So I will take up two integral numbers separate and two fractions separate. Now how to do that? 5 plus 2 plus 1 upon 2 and 3 upon 4. 5 plus 2 is 7. Very good. Plus 1 upon 2 and 3 upon 4. So 4 is a bigger number, so we can check up if we can have a common denominator. So in 2's table, will we get 4? Yes. 2 1s are 2, 2 2s are 4. So 2 2s are 4, we are getting it. So we'll multiply 2 with 2 again to get the denominator 4, so that I can have both the denominators same. As per the rule says that if I multiply any number in the denominator, I have to multiply the same in the numerator also. So 1 into 2, put a bracket. Now 7 plus 1 into 2 is 2, 2 2s are 4 plus 3 upon 4. 7 plus, I have common denominators. Any fraction which is common denominators can be added directly in the numerators. The numbers can be directly added in the numerators. 2 plus 3, 5 upon 4. I had said you in my last video, when I say and in mixed fraction, it is nothing but plus. So how I can remove this plus, because we cannot add an integer and fraction, it's not possible. So it is always said as 7 and 5 upon 4, because an integral number and a fraction. So we can write it together as 7 5 upon 4. Now you got the answer as 7 and 5 upon 4. I'll find the same answer in the second method. See how? It's a magic. Maths is always a magic. With numerous ways we can find the answer of any question. Method 2, Again, now here if you remember, while converting mixed into improper, the second method that I taught you, to multiply and add the denominator and numerator, same concept we are applying in the second method. As it is easy, you can take that also. How to do it? I will take each of the fraction with integral part as 1 and I will do it separately. Now see how. The question is 5 1 upon 2 plus 2 3 upon 4. I will take it separately. How? 5 is multiplied by with denominator 2 and added to 1. This is in one bracket. I said separately. So separately again next, this mixed fraction 2 is multiplied with 4 and added to 3 with denominator 4. Now 5 into 2 10 plus 1 upon 2. 2 fours are 8 plus 3 upon 4. 10 plus 1 11 upon 2. 8 plus 3 11 upon 4. I got the answers, but this is not the end answer. We need a mixed fraction, but here we have two fractions again whose denominator is different. Again the same thing, we have to make the denominators common or same. So what to do? Check whether we'll get a number in another numbers table. So 4 is bigger, so we'll check in the table of 2. So again 2 2s are 4. If we multiply 2 in the denominator to get 4, again I have to multiply 2 in the numerator. So 11 into 2 upon 2 into 2 plus 11 upon 4. 11 2s are 22. 2 2s are 4. So 22 plus 11 upon 4 I get 33 upon 4. But always while adding or subtracting, check whether the answer that we have got is improper or proper. If it is proper fraction, leave it as it is. If it is improper fraction, that means where the numerator is greater than the denominator, please convert it into mixed fraction. It is a must. If you get the answer by adding or subtracting as an improper fraction, please convert it into mixed fraction. If it is proper fraction, leave it as it is. So here it is improper. I will divide 33 by 4. So 33 divided by 4, I will get 4 8s are 32. 1 as remainder. So how I will write this? I will write the quotient as my integral number, then remainder as my numerator and divisor as my denominator. So 8 1 by 4. Now you will find a difference in this answer, that is 7 5 by 4 and 8 1 by 4. What is the difference? Just tell. I had said you here that when it is an improper fraction, we have to convert it into more smaller, that into proper fraction. We have to convert all the improper fraction into proper fraction with mixed fractions. So here when I got 7 5 by 4, 5 by 4 is again improper fraction, right? So we have to convert this into a proper fraction. So again if I will divide 5 by 4, I will get like this, which is again written as 7 plus 1 upon 4. 7 plus 1 upon 4 is 7 plus 1. Again two integral numbers I got. I will write it clearly. That is 8 1 upon 4. Got it? Understood? Well? Okay. So here you have both the answers. So always check, children, when you do this, that when you get an answer, check whether the fraction that you have received is improper. If you have got the fraction as improper, please convert it into a proper fraction with an integral number. Integral number and proper fraction. Proper fractions are the fractions whose numerator is less than the denominators. Understood? Now we will take up a question from your problem set 10. Again we will solve, I will solve both the methods for you, but it's up to you whether you have to take any method. Okay. So the question number 1, that is add. The first question is 6 1 upon 3 plus 2 1 upon 3. So method 1, that is 6 and 2 is taken together and 1 upon 3 is taken together of both 1 upon 3's. 6 plus 2 is 8, 1 upon 3, 1 upon 3. I have common denominators, so no need to do anything, directly add it. That is 8 plus 2 upon 3. Since 2 upon 3 here numerator is less than denominator, that means it is a proper fraction. No need to convert into anything, directly write it as 8 2 upon 3. Now coming to second method, that is 6 into 3 plus 1 upon 3, 2 into 3 plus 1 upon 3. 6 3s are 18 plus 1 upon 3, 2 3s are 6 plus 1 upon 3. 18 plus 1, 19 upon 3, 6 plus 1, 7 upon 3. So 19 plus 7, 26 upon 3. Now this is an improper fraction, so what we have to do? We have to convert it into mixed fraction, where the number will be an integer number and the fraction will be proper fraction. So dividing 26 by 3, so I have got the answer as quotient will be written first, then the remainder, and at last the divisor. So it is 8 2 upon 3. So in both the sides, when I check it, it's proper fractions and integral numbers. So no need to convert, directly you can write it. So again children, once again I am saying, when you get such questions, you can take up any method to get the answers, and whichever is easy for you. And always keep in mind, when you get answer, check whether the fraction that is come is improper or proper. If it is proper, leave it as it is. If it is improper like this, then you have to convert it into proper fraction with an integral number. Got it? Understood? So I'll give you some questions for practice. I'll solve one more question, but then I'll write the practice questions over here. You will have question as 1 upon 4 plus 3 1 upon 2, and one more question that I am going to give you is 3 1 upon 5 plus 2 1 upon 3. Okay, only these two questions are for homework. Rest you will solve in your book, both the methods, but the practice questions that I am giving, you can take up any one method. But these questions you have to do it both the method in your books, because afterwards when you refer, you need to take up both the methods, you need to know, because once you have taken up the lesson now, you have viewed the lesson now, you have understood the concept, you should not forget it later on. So while rechecking or revising the lessons, you have to get all these two methods in your book in a written form. Okay, so but that two questions, just solve it in any method as you wish. Now one more question I will solve for you so that you can understand much better. Yeah. So the question here is, I'll take up from the practice set itself. Five 1 upon 5 plus 2 1 upon 7. I'll do it differently so that you can understand. The method 1 which I'll solve is, I'll take the integral parts together. So 5 plus 2 is taken together, 1 upon 5 plus 1 upon 7, the fractions are taken together. 5 plus 2 is 7. Here the denominators are different. So check. In 5's table do we get 7? No. In 7's table do we get 5? No. So both the numbers do not have their position in any of the tables. So we have to cross multiply. Now the same question is given with different numbers over here. The way I solve this, in the same way you have to do that. What is that? You have to cross multiply the numbers. How to cross multiply now? I will take 7 over here and 5 over here. This is cross multiply. That means what I am doing is, I will show you with an arrow mark. I will multiply 7 both the sides and multiply 5 both the sides. Got it? Understood? Now, what the answer I will get is 7 plus 1 into 7, 7, 5 7s are 35, 5 1s are 5, sorry here it is 7, sorry, slight mistake, 7 5s are 35. So 7 plus, now I have got the denominators same, 7 plus 5, that is 12 upon 35. So check that 12 upon 35, it's a proper fraction, so need not do anything in that, directly write 7 12 upon 35. Now what is the next step to check the answer in the second method, whether it is coming same. Now coming to our second method, I'll solve for you. What is that? Multiplying the denominator and adding the numerator. So 5 into 5 plus 1 upon 5 plus 2 into 7 plus 1 upon 7. 5 5s are 25 plus 1 upon 5. 2 7s are 14 plus 1 upon 7. 25 plus 1 26 upon 5. 14 plus 1 15 upon 7. Now again the same thing, the denominators are different, doesn't go in each of the tables, so we have to cross multiply like this. So 26 into 7 upon 5 into 7 plus 15 into 5 upon 7 into 5. Now 7 6 are 42, 7 is 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Now common denominators. What is the answer? Now what you will do? You will have to divide 257 by 35. Now it is 35 7s are 245. When I subtract it, I get it as 12. So how will I write it? I will write it as 7, 12, 7 and 12 upon 35. I guess you all understood the concept, how to write it and how to convert it. You may get such bigger numbers, but still you have to anyhow divide it and get the answers. It's not compulsory that you have to go by the second method. You can take up any method as you wish. So I guess you all understood how to add the improper fractions, mixed fractions and all, and how to make the denominators common. So if you have understood the topic, please try to solve those two questions provided to you as homework or for practice and get the answers by your own. So this here we complete with addition of fractions. Now in the next video we will learn how to subtract the fractions. Thank you.